Upon hearing that, Yowoon looks at her blushing, but immediately turns around and leaves, leaving Hyun waiting. However, she notices what he is holding in his hands and immediately smiles, asking if he still keeps that. He answers yes, questioning when he could have used it. She replies suggestively that he could use it alone, which causes him to deny it hurriedly, avoiding even imagining it. So Hyun declares that today is the day he has so eagerly waited to use them. The young man, with his face burning, confirms that it is so. As he approaches, his voice lowers a tone, and he states that he endured until today to use that with her, letting out a nervous smile that makes her tremble. On the other hand, Oh Yoo-ju enters a music studio, is impressed by what she sees, and asks if this is what a recording studio looks like, stating that it resembles her school's radio room. She immediately asks Hyun-sung if he was the one who built all of this from scratch. The man answers no, that he took over the place from someone else and also remodeled it. He explains that the former owner was older and enjoyed very well the age of rock bands. He states that he decided to move with his children who lived in the United States, and because of that, he left everything at a low price. He also clarifies that they were close, but he also felt sorry that the studio would close, which is why he looked for someone to take charge, finding him. He reveals that this kind of business does not make much money, but no one else wanted to keep it. Oh Yoo-ju, upon hearing him, comments that she understands and that it is curious that things like that happen. Then Hyun-sung asks if she opened the coffee shop on her own. His guest answers no, that she used to work with her parents, but since they retired, she decided to request a loan to remodel it. Hyun-sung immediately asks if she did not think of continuing the way her parents had left it. She answers that she thought about it, but the store was very old and the neighborhood atmosphere changed, so she decided to give the place a new face. She also believed it was better to start from scratch so as not to imitate her parents, since if something went wrong, she could not blame them. Hyun-sung confesses that this is surprising and praises her, assuring that she thought things through very well. Upon hearing that, Oh Yoo-ju questions what he means, and if she appears to be someone who does not reason. The man answers that it is not that. He explains that she seems incredible, since people who boast about how much they think are not usually charming. That leaves her in silence and slightly blushing. In turn, Hyun-sung wonders if he should change the subject, and after thinking, asks if she is not married. He claims she must have received many proposals and asks if there was no one she liked. Oh Yoo-ju looks at him and after thinking, answers that she missed opportunities by focusing too much on work. Then she asks what about him, and if he does not plan to marry someday. He answers that he gave up, besides considering that he is not very attractive. But his guest asks him not to say nonsense, assuring that he only needs to cut his hair, since he has a very handsome face. The man, upon hearing that, asks if having long hair means he cannot get married. She explains, laughing, that some women do not like finding fallen hairs around, causing him to question if they are choosing a pet. Then he asks about her, and if she would let her hair grow if he asked her to. Oh Yoo-ju, laughing, answers no, stating that having it short is very practical. However, then she falls silent and asks if it is that weird, referring to whether her haircut is that different. Hyun-sung responds immediately that it is not, and confesses that she looks very beautiful with that style. But the woman asks him not to lie and not to say things just to say them. The man answers that no, that it really suits her a lot. He clarifies with some shyness that when he first saw her, he thought she looked like Dolores from the band The Cranberries. Upon hearing that, Oh Yoo-ju questions what he is saying, assuring that he speaks nonsense. Both remain silent, until she asks why he acts like that, admitting that throwing a tantrum is something she should not do, but it is fun to behave like this after so long. But then she sees something and asks what it is, if it is an idea notebook. Hyun-sung asks her not to look at it, since it belongs to Hyun. He explains that she has lately been composing there, so she probably left it forgotten. Oh Yoo-ju observes the notebook carefully and asks where she is now, since he had said they worked together. Hain's uncle answers that today is her day off and that she probably went to see Yowoon. Upon hearing that, the woman asks if it is true and reflects if Yowoon will bring any interesting story. Then the man thinks a little and comments that Yowoon needs to be more understanding. He explains that Hyun may seem tough on the outside, but she worries too much. He hopes he does not get too nervous, since his niece is very sincere with her feelings. Oyuju states that they will work it out on their own, since they are not children, something the uncle agrees with, assuring that she is right. Lastly, the guest comments that she must leave, since she has errands to solve. The man understands, but before she leaves, he asks if the next time they have more time, they can go out to have a drink. He asks that it be just between them to chat about business. Hyun-sung, staring at nothing for a moment, answers that he is in. On the other hand, with Haein and Yeowoon, the young man wonders if they should begin and considers that it is already time. So he stands up under Haein's hungry gaze, who watches him with desire, tracing each fiber of his muscles and every line of his face with her eyes. Meanwhile, Yeowoon opens the box to prepare a balloon. He slowly takes off his clothes, doing it right in front of her, who upon seeing him better changes her expression, turning her gaze away, completely flushed by the tension in the air. Yeowoon reflects if he is already well prepared, affirming to himself that he is older than her and that he wants to show himself competent, firm, someone capable of making her feel safe. When everything is ready, he informs that they are going to begin, but upon looking at her better, he asks if she is crying. Hain, confused, wonders why she is reacting like this, becoming even more nervous. Yeowoon, worried, asks if he is sure he is not forcing her, to which she answers with a soft scream that it is not that. She explains that she has just been overwhelmed by emotions, that she does not even understand why she acts that way. The young man, confused, asks if she is disappointed with him, but she assures him she is not. She states again that suddenly all the good memories they have lived together overwhelmed her, and that she cannot control what she feels. She adds that sometimes it is like that, even in good moments, since she worries about what will happen when this moment ends, and calls herself silly for thinking it. Yeowoon, upon hearing her, thinks for a moment and lets himself fall next to her on the bed, asking if he can lie down a little until she calms down. Haein, curious, questions if he will be fine, since they had everything ready. The young man laughs softly and states that they can try again later. Besides, doing something like that when she cries would be a bit too much, something she understands. Even so, Yeowoon reflects that he moved too fast, that they went through many things, but trying to reach the end right after confessing is to be carried away by emotion. Then he looks at her, notices that she seems regretful and thinks he should cheer her up. But first, he tries to calm himself. Since they kissed, he feels like his heart is about to explode. Then he has an epiphany. He says he remembered something, and Haein asks what. He, looking at her and smiling tenderly, remembers what the reason was for which he wanted to prepare pasta for her.